Your life isn't stuck because you lack desire. Your life is stuck because your calendar is lawless. Pray all you want, bro. Chaos will never inherit the crown. If you're still operating your life off of vibes, you're already losing. Download the Unruly Blueprint and start moving like a man with law that is looking to be sovereign in a corrupted world. Take what you hear from this video and apply it to your life. Put your life under a microscope and implement all the things that you learned today. Let's get right into it. Structure versus chaos. I know a lot of y'all motherfuckers living in chaos, bro. I know a lot of y'all motherfuckers is living in that shit named chaos, bro. You need to take everything you've learned thus far and destroy it to then build the structure that will bring your life to fruition into the direction that it needs to go for you to live the dreams that you want. So the first point here, you're not stuck. You're sloppy. You over-romanticize this thing called freedom, but you let your schedule be controlled by your reactive feelings. Your days are formless, you're reactive, and they're forgettable. You don't do anything. Why? Because you can't control your 24 hours. And therefore, if you can't control 24 hours in that one day, why the fuck do you think you're worthy of having responsibility? Money, reach, women, status. What the fuck why do you think you're entitled to have these things in your life if you can't even handle the pressures of 24 hours? I need you to understand that there is a structure that you must have in place for you to get to where you want to go, which is this thing called freedom. Every man wants to be autonomous. Every man wants to be sovereign. But to live those lives, to live that sort of life, you must be disciplined in knowing that every single day has to be structured. You do not have the luxury of letting an hour go by. You don't have the luxury of letting minutes go by even. A lot of you find yourself scrolling. A lot of you find yourself in tasks and then you can't complete them because you see another task. Right? Some of you are in shiny object syndrome, and sometimes that turns into shiny idea syndrome. You could be mid-idea, executing on something you know you need to execute on, and a thought comes into your brain, and because you have that thought, it then deters you and turns you around and has you go in that direction. You must be able to build a structure that keeps you accountable for the inputs that you're putting in so that you get the right outcomes. Your structure of law will keep you in place so that you don't find yourself hesitating when you should be going full throttle. You think freedom comes from just having a lawless lifestyle? Oh, because I want to go over there, I'm going to go do it. Oh, because I want ice cream, I'm going to go have it. Oh, because I want to go fuck that girl, I'm going to go fuck her. Bro, how? How do you ever expect to gain the freedom that you want in your life if you can't even deal with the urges, the emotions? Again, every video I will say this. Your thoughts, emotions, actions create your reality. In that order. You're gonna think, and if you have a good thought that then brings good emotion, then that good emotion forces you to act, and then that good action forces you to have a good outcome. But if you allow yourself to have a thought come in, you're mid-emotion, and then another thought comes in to override this one, and then another thought comes in to override this one, you'll never get to moving. And life is just gonna move you in whatever fucking direction it wants you to go in. By your own fucking submission. No one told you not to execute on the thing that you know you need to execute on. No one told you to move sloppy. No one told you to follow the urge. I've been telling you over and over and over and over and over, your emotions need to be observed and put through a structure of law, which means you need to understand the law, which also means you need to download the Unruly Blueprint so you understand what the fuck you're doing. But and in simple terms, you need to build a structure strong enough, pressurized by law, which means anything that comes into that structure is observed, watched, and filtered. You extract the fucking message that whatever emotion came is giving you, and then you execute through discipline on whatever you need to do to move in the right direction towards the goal. And so therefore you need to be structured. you are literally going to end up in karmic loops, quantum loops, because you can't find structure. And if you can't find structure, you can't find rhythm. Rhythm is what? A universal law that you must follow to get what you want. And if you cannot follow and find that rhythm, you are going to be stuck going through loops of sloppiness. And it don't look good at all. Some of y'all gonna go through your whole entire 20s doing bullshit and be sloppy as fuck by the time you get to your 30s, not understanding why the fuck your life ended up how it did. Well, I'm here to tell you, bro, the reason why you're in your fucking position is simply because you never found the structure and the right foundation and allowed law to build you up into the man that can execute and have the outcome in his 30s. Most men are not gonna have the big, quick luxury lifestyle in your early 20s. First of all, you don't even want that because you don't even understand who you are yet. And even when you do, you don't want to beat life too early, because what happens when you beat life too early? Oh shit. When you beat the game too early, hey, you gotta find something to give you that spark, right? And some of y'all beating the game in ways that are not supposed to be beaten, right? You go into the wrong lane, you climb up the wrong mountain, but you're so fucking high and life is so sweet. The money's there, the bitches are there, the status is there, but your soul is dying. Why? Because you never created a structure so that when you entered the wrong mountain, you knew to stop mid-climb and go towards the thing that was harder. And usually the thing that is harder is what's gonna bring you the fulfillment that you're looking for in life. Not the women, not the cars, not the fucking emotional, toxic masculinity that they tell you you should be doing, right? Even though masculinity is not toxic, but a lot of you are just immature. And you don't understand how to deal with your own emotions. You don't understand how to deal with yourself. And therefore you climb these egotistical mountains, get to the top, get to the peak, find out that all pussy is pretty much the same and don't really benefit you unless they're amplifying your mission. But you've climbed the wrong mountain, so you really have no mission. You just want to spend money and use your status. But what does that garnish you if you don't feel fulfilled and you cry because you don't know where the fuck you're going and you don't know how you got here, and now that you look, you know that you have to come down, but coming down requires you to destroy everything that you've built. And your shallow little ego can't deal with that, can it? No. Maybe if you find some fucking structure and apply law to your life, you would see the rhythm that you should have been moving on, and it will bring you the exact outcome that you're looking to have. Find structure. Next point, motivation is masturbation. And I would note, undisciplined. The motivation that you seek, and the reason why you don't necessarily like my videos, because they're not embedded for motivation. They're embedded for you to be polarized from the weak bitch ass dude that you have inside of you to now being the supreme potential guy that you can see clear as day. And what is that in the middle? That's the purging of all of your comforts. The shit that makes you a weak man, the shit that keeps you in this loop of sloppiness is motivation. You go to these videos, you listen to motivation, it gives you a little hype. Ooh, I can do what I want now. Yes, that freedom's coming if I just keep moving. But then it fucking dies down, because then there's no more fucking rah-rah in your ear. And no one has the time to tell you you suck or you shouldn't be doing what you're doing right now to get to where you need to go. You need to be sovereign, which means you need to self-regulate, which means you need a structure in place to be able to filter out the bullshit of this realm. Because I promise you, outside is just pure chaos. So if all that chaos is then being brought into your life, in a sloppy life, you're going to be torn. Pulled over here, pulled over there, going over here, flying with the fucking wind. And that little bitch that you fucking, and her soul is empty and she has no lawful structure in her life, is also killing you, by the way. So like, wake up. And understand that there is no fucking roses here. And real discipline is structure. Undisciplined men are usually the weak ones that need the motivation to hype them up. What is motivation in the first place? And the reason and the reasoning why it's masturbation. Why isn't it good for me? It makes me feel good. That's the fucking point. If you said that shit made you feel good, that's the reason why you're drowning. Because you're too fucking emotional to understand that discipline has zero to do with your emotions and has everything to do with your lawful structure. So therefore, you're looking for an emotional boost because you have no structure. You're sloppy as fuck. And so when your emotions come, you just follow whatever the fucking emotion says. And because motivation is charged, right? The energetic charge behind motivation looks lawful and comes from structure. You feel that you should then move, which is right. You should. But motivation is fleeting. Motivation is the spark. Motivation isn't the engine. Motivation does not keep going and moving. It's not the pistons that keep you going. It's the fucking spark plug that sparks once, ignites you, and then your fucking structure takes over so that you get to where you need to go. You crave dopamine day in and day out. You scroll looking for inspiration for the things that you already know you should be executing on. Sound like you? Instagram for hours, TikTok hours, YouTube shorts hours, and your fucking attention span is so short that you can't even grasp and sit down to study not only fucking videos that'll actually help you build structure, but yourself. You can't take the time out to research why the fuck you are the way you are and what exactly your structure should look like for a person like you, because we're not all the same. Life ain't fair. The things that bring me advantage don't bring you advantage, right? Some people have insecurities that I am a reflection of, and vice versa for you. So you need to understand the mold, the archetype that you need to build around your structure and what structure works. Because law in itself is going to get you there. But what things trigger you? What are your traumas? What are you hiding inside of you? What tensions do you have in your life? Right? What are the insecurities holding you back? How are you self-sabotaging? The list goes on. We all have a shadow side to ourselves. We all are living a life and have a shadow side to every part of us. Every part that's good to me has a shadow side next to it that I have to fight every single day. And you know why? I can sit here and be controlled and give you what the truths are because I've been initiated. I've gone through the hard work. I've done the purging of people. I've left the fucking dopamine-filled lifestyle. I've left the immature side of masculinity and accepted the divine masculinity. And that fucking purge in the middle, that initiation process is what destroys you so that you can rebuild yourself in a lawful structure so that the chaos outside cannot deter you from the shit that you are supposed to be getting. So allow yourself to remove the emotional side of you that only moves when emotion comes in, because dopamine is just the spark. Otherwise, you're always going to be looking for dopamine, for fucking motivation, which is going to just masturbate you. And what does that mean? Masturbation, it's just going to tease you. It's not the real thing. You're not in some good, wet, tight pussy. Huh? You using your fucking right hand, twirling the shit. The fuck? It's not the same, buddy. So understand what the fuck motivation is doing to you and how you're attracting it. Because you sitting on Instagram and scrolling and having this short span of attention is not building your structure. It's literally causing hairline fractures in it if it's already built, or giving you enough sedation so that you don't build at all. Next point. This one's not going to be nice for some of you. Chaos feels like creation. However, you're unliable. The life that you live currently, the reason why you might feel you're being creative is because of the chaos. You want the stimulation. You want the shit to pull you all over the place because it looks creative. You try this, you go here, you fuck her, you try this shit, you do this over here, great, you jump over there, next. But you don't know who the fuck you are, therefore your brand and your lifestyle have no power. It has no voice. It has no real soul because you know what the fuck you should be doing, but you sedate yourself and you're okay with it because chaos feels like creation. Right? It feels like you're creating a life. Ooh, nice. The fuck? And what does that do for you? You start to wane. And you really won't realize this until later on in your life. And hey, I'm not later on in my life. I'm still in the beginning. But hello. When you start to become clear and you're a sentient being who has gone through the forge of fire to become a divine masculine who lives by law, you can see years and years and years ahead. Not because you're some fucking monk in the sky, but because you've gone through enough to understand, okay, cool, if I continue this path, that's gonna happen. It's inevitable. Because what did I say before? The path for you and the life that you want to live is already paved. You just must follow every single day, step by step, no matter what the fuck is going on around you. I don't care if people die. I don't care if your girl left you. I don't care, bro. You lose your job. Your clients leave. You get foggy some days in the mind. Oh, people are coming into your ear and going out the next, and you're misunderstood. And people don't like you because you're harsh and you're just living your truth because the lawful system is going to be true to you. You then do what? You get into a rhythm. Life has a universal law called rhythm. And the second you get your life into rhythm with itself and the energetic pull that the world is going to pull from you, the earth is an electromagnetic field you are in. You know that, right? So that means that you are also electromagnetic. So therefore, there is a rhythm to this thing called life. Just know that. There's a rhythm to everything. And the second you start to really get into rhythm, you realize you don't want that shit to be knocked off. You don't want any part of your life to be off rhythm. Because once you start to get in that routine of doing things back to back to back to back to back to back to back over and over and over and over and over, habitually, it feels great because you're actually making progress. And you look in the mirror, you look good. Then you realize, holy shit, I am in an electromagnetic field, and my field of my body in my life is expanding. And people feel it and recognize it. Because now I'm not only walking for myself, but now I'm walking because it's charging me every day. And that's where that mystical shit called manifestation happens. Because now your life is doing something and showing you through the law of rhythm that if you push hard and you go through hell and you become the person you say you are, we have no option but to give you, because you are who you say you are. Here you go. The foundation is set, the rhythm is in place, and now I can continue moving forward. Now I get all the women, now I get all the cars, now I get all the money, now I get ass for real. Them bad bitches you wanna fuck, ooh wee, they gonna come for you. However, if they do not respect your lawful structure, they must go, because you want to stay within rhythm once you're on rhythm. Once you catch the beat to life, you want nothing to kick you off of this shit. And if a girl comes over to try to suck your energy from you so that you lose rhythm, then what? Your life starts to go to shit. And you will lose everything that you've had. And your structure will diminish. And you will go back to the low life vibrational things that you just left from which you came. So please understand that this is not a time to be sloppy. This is not a time to be undisciplined. And this is not a time to be unreliable. You must find a rhythm that sticks to the structures of this electromagnetic field that you're in. And you will watch your life change dramatically. I've done it once and I've come down. And I've done it again in the right direction. That's the thing. When you go up you hear me talk about this mountain. When you go up the mountain of ego, falsehood, illusion, fast money, sex, status, because you built the base of the foundation of where you're going from a survival place. It happens to everybody at some point. You're going to build, whether you go up there at a short mountain or you go at the tippy top of the mountain. If you build from a falsehood, a falsity, false identity, with chaos, thinking that you're going to gain the world with no foundation, when you get to the top, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but you're gonna look around and you're gonna say, holy fuck, I climbed the wrong mountain. This isn't me saying it because I'm projecting. This is me saying it so that you don't have to experience it. Because I promise you, if you go vibrationally up the wrong mountain, what did we talk about before? The pendulum swing of life is coming to get your ass. It's gonna get you off of that fucking mountain Because if you're supposed to be on the mountain on the right and you went on the mountain on the left, ooh boy, that trip down and the fucking 100 miles you gotta walk across barefoot and then climb up another mountain, bumbleclot, whoa, pain, bro. And what is that pain showing you? It's showing you that the sloppiness that you had before up that mountain, the undisciplined tendencies you had up that mountain, the unreliable identity you had up that mountain are not meant for you. And let me show you how you are supposed to operate so you don't lose the tippy top peaks of this mountain. And that process is called initiation. And the only way to go through that is if you have a structure of law, because otherwise you will be broken and continue to be beat in until you find that structure. And then you wonder why you can't find yourself. Because what you do is you try to cling on to the mountain from which you're being torn down from, not realizing that over there is where you need to be, and you're gonna go there. But you have to find yourself and you have to have a structure. But some of you give up because your life gets torn down. Oh, fuck. Damn, I have to fucking deal with myself now. I don't know how to do that. Fuck, the girls don't want me anymore. Fuck, I lost the money. Fuck, the car got repoed. Fuck. I don't know what to do. And you freeze. Do not freeze when the laws come and get your ass. Because there's a pendulum swing. And if you always know that if you're being torn down, you're not being torn down because you're being punished. You're being torn down to be purified. So that when you come to the other side now and you're in the positive light, that same shit that corrupted your mind up here and the pendulum had to come get you doesn't have to come get you over here. You don't want to build your empire that's supposed to last a lifetime too quickly on false foundation to then be destroyed within a year, 2 years, 3 years, hell, call it 5 years. I don't give a fuck how long it is. I never want to be at the top of a mountain and that's where I'm supposed to be and I can't handle my own abundance. Oof. So know that purging phase in the middle that is getting rid of the bullshit things you clung on to is for your benefit. The king must go through crucifixion, a lawful crucifixion to wear the crown. Because the crown is heavy. The crown comes with weight. The crown comes with responsibility. The crown comes with structure. The crown comes with discipline. The crown comes with no emotion, neutrality. There's a pendulum swing, and I'll explain this really, really quickly. The pendulum swing goes like this: positive, negative, back and forth, back and forth. And you know what you do? If you get too hype in the negative space, get too hype in the positive space, it's going to come get your ass. That's why you see people have crazy good feelings in the positive, right? Amazing, crazy good feelings in the positive. And they're like, oh yeah, I made it, Weeks, months, maybe a year later, some bad shit comes to grab them because there must be balance. And so what you must do, like I said before, a man of structure understands that these emotions that have you doing wild shit, when you get the good success that you were looking for, the men who have structure sit neutral. I understand. This is what I worked for. But I'm not going to overdo it and extend myself so low in vibration that when I get the good shit, I get crazy hype to do dumb shit, and the pendulum has to come get me to bring me back centered. I'm going to stay centered no matter what is coming in. Good, bad, indifferent, don't give a fuck. I'm living a lawful life, which is the only thing that matters. Law. And the reason why you see so many of these people getting torn down in the media, in general, their lives look like shit, is simply because they're not living by law. They don't understand this. And intrinsically, there's something upon their life that they know is working for them and against them, but it's not bad. It's usually good, because everything bad for you happens for you. So therefore, that force that is coming for you, rhythm, the pendulum, energy, the laws of the realm, when those things are coming for you, they're not punishing you, they're purifying you. Because your ass didn't understand you should have stayed neutral and you should have just followed the laws of the realm. Doesn't mean you can't be happy. Doesn't mean that you can't be cool and grateful for the thing that you have. As a matter of fact, it's probably a very good thing if you stay grateful. But don't do anything brass when emotions come in, and stay structured. If you're still winging it, you're going to scale absolutely nothing. So grab the Unruly Blueprint in the description below and start to resurrect order in your life. Next point. You know how I get down. Talk that truth. Masculine energy is law, not luck. Your nervous system is begging for a routine, a disciplined routine, but all you do is feed it chaos. So you continue to go outside even though you know you shouldn't. You keep fucking a girl that is taking your energy from you, and you know it. Your body is giving you signals. Your nervous system is literally giving you signals. What we said yesterday? It'll tell you, you're tired, you're tired, you're tired. That's not, oh, I need to eat food, drink a Celsius or a Red Bull. That is your fucking spiritual life that hovers on top of your physical life, warning your physical body, yo, we're in the wrong positioning. Yo, we need to get out of this space. Yo, she's not good for me, but the pussy feel good. Yo, we need to get in direction to where we need to go. How much longer must you be smacked by your fucking spiritual life and get destroyed in the spiritual realm for you to understand that when it gives you the urges and the nudges for you to move. Your nervous system is telling you what it needs from you, but you block it out. You use drugs to soothe it. Don't soothe the exact same signaling that will save your fucking life. Divine masculine doesn't respond. It's not gonna respond to chaos. You must govern chaos. That doesn't mean you can't enter it, but the only way you should be entering a chaotic space is if you have elite structure and you follow law to a T. Rituals, going to the gym, your mind is fortified. Nothing can penetrate your armor because you're in a structured life filled with law. Masculine energy is law, bro. Get it through your skull. You are a masculine man. Where the fuck, where you been at? Huh? You a transformer now, huh? No, buddy, you're not a transformer. You are a masculine, divine male that lives in law. And the faster you understand what the fuck law is and what it does for your life, the quicker you are going to get to the lifestyle and the exact same thing that you dream about at night. Because you can't call yourself a divine creator unless you're consistent. And what does consistency need? Discipline and structure. You can't be sloppy, undisciplined, and unreliable. You have to know that for yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and ask, when are you going to stop fucking around with the crown? The crown is gonna destroy you, bro. You try to grab that bitch, put it on your head, you're fucked. Allow a lawful crucifixion to take over you so that now you can wear the crown and not be startled, moved. You're unshakable, unbreakable. Do whatever the fuck you want after you go through your initiation, but you must go through it. And the only way you're gonna survive the initiation without pausing, stopping, or getting off rhythm is if you have a fucking structure. Next, your freedom is being held hostage. Calendar. Everything that you want exists already on some timeline. Because if it's not in your timeline, either you haven't reached it yet or you haven't positioned yourself so you can get there. Because you want chaos. Chaos stimulates right now. Structure and discipline stimulate later. So you keep destroying your ability to have freedom because your calendar doesn't fucking match what you say you want to get after. Chaos brings you scarcity if you haven't realized. Oh, you want to take the trip because you need to relax your mind, go on a hiatus, find creation, right? You're bringing yourself to scarcity because you're breaking a routine. And realistically, what are you going to do? Go fuck some shorties, drink some liquor, fill your gut with food that's not good for you, that also fucks up your energy field, takes you off rhythm? Anytime you leave your routine and go outside of your disciplines, you are coming off rhythm. Now, does this mean you can't fly across the world and do whatever you want? No, of course you can, but you have to stay within rhythm. Anytime I go and fly away, I'm still doing my rituals. I'm still doing my fucking daily routines. I'm still going to the gym. I'm still reading. So you're staying within the rhythmic flow of your life. So nothing fucking gets changed or abruptly moved when you're in rhythm. Because now you're across the world, right? And you're still in rhythm. You're doing what you had to do. Still working out. I was in Brazil. I worked out. Read. Still ate clean. You have to stay within rhythm so that the fucking pendulum don't bring your ass back. And when anything happens over there, good or bad, you stay neutral and stay within rhythm. You see how this shit starts to make sense in life? Good or bad, indifferent, stay on track within rhythm so the pendulum just keeps swinging and it doesn't hit you. It never will hit you. If you understand, but you have to master it. Right? This is not something I'm saying like, hey, you're gonna gain overnight. No. It's something that you have to be disciplined to learning and disciplined to continue to implement every day, even when you don't want to. Because it's on the days that you don't want to is when the pendulum is coming the most fierce and it's going to ragefully take your ass out. Because why? You allowed emotions, you allowed distractions, you allowed chaos to prove that you are not who you said you are. So now the universal realm has to show you. Fuck. So find this structure, because structure is going to give you the multiplication of your life that you're looking for. The women, the money, the cars, the status, the networks. It all starts to compound when you stay disciplined. How do you think compounding works? You think compounding is sporadic? Compounding moves off of emotion? Compound moves off of urges and desires? Compound moves off of wet pussy? Compounding works off of a structure. And the rules of the realm is that if you follow law and the universal laws, you're gonna get everything that you're desiring, because they have to give it to you. Because you followed the rules. Anything, imagine you compound your actions over time, over and over and over and over and over and over and over. You don't waver. You're fasting, you're meditating, you're doing your rituals. Namaste is still a thing for you. Great. But you're also executing with the energy it gives you. Great. Ooh. You think the universal realm is just gonna be like, nah, he ain't gonna get shit. He ain't worth it. What? That's contradictory to what the fuck they have to do. If the realm has to knock you off your pedestal because you've gone too high in one direction, what do you think it's doing when you're charging yourself up? Right? Equal and opposite reaction. If you are charging yourself up in the direction of good and following the rules, what happens when you follow? This is not the fucking government who's gonna fuck you up. No. When you follow the rules of the realm, they give you what you are. Equal and opposite reaction. Pendulum is going to give you what you are. Rhythm. Hello. You're going to attract. And we could go deeper onto and we've talked about this before. If everything is vibrating, bro. Everything is vibrating, right? Why do you think it takes 28 to 30 days to get into a new habit? Because your body at a cellular level changes to match the new vibration at which you are operating. So now, after that 30 days, it's 10 times more easier to continue the habit because your body and your cells have shed away the old, accepted the new, and is moving in rhythm to what the fuck you just added to it. So now take that into account when you want something new in your life. If you want the crown, operate as if you already fucking have it. Hello. Very simple. But you love chaos. So what? The world's gonna give you chaos back to you because it has to reflect back to you what you are. And a lot of the times that fucking pendulum swing is coming to knock your fucking ass out because you fell in love with the chaotic sides of you. The shadow world of you. Oh, toxic. Ooh. The fuck? Fuck is wrong with you? The second you get into rhythm, the universal realms are going to bless you because you've purified yourself of the fuckery, and now they can trust that if they drop all the abundances you have within you, that you're not gonna fucking die. Simple as that. Literally or spiritually. You're going to stay in alignment, continue to gain the fucking blessings, and now guess what? They're gonna give you more things to be responsible for. The nice car, the sexy gal, the good dinners, the flights. Responsibility, and the only thing you are responsible for is staying in rhythm with the fucking laws. Them motherfuckers gonna bless you, G. I can only show you with my own life. And if you're new here, go through my videos. Because I do not lead with the cars and the gal and the flights and the trips and all that shit. Absolutely not. I just tell you the underlying facts that everybody else tries to fucking hide or don't even fucking research themselves because they're too lazy. This isn't just applicable because you read 2 books and now you just gain it and have it. No. This is something you must practice every single day so that rhythm stays within your magnetic field and keeps you in sync with everything that you desire in life. Because the second you get off the fucking sync train, the rhythm train, the pendulum train coming for your ass. Understand that. You know how I roll. I'm gonna give you one last system. Everything is built to be destroyed, to be rebirthed. Everything is built to be destroyed and then rebirthed. Everything you know, everything you're seeing in your life, everything that's showing up in your life is coming because it needs to be destroyed and then rebirthed. Why? Because a lot of the times you fill your life with this chaos, so much so that you dilute your voice, you dilute your mission, you dilute your vision enough. Now it doesn't exist because over time it dies. Imagine a candle, a flame. If it continues to pack something on top, there's no way it can get the fuel it needs to continue living, so it dies. The flame goes out. Then what? Everything around it consumes it. Chaos will ensue in your life if you don't keep that flame lit, which is your vision and purpose and memory of who the fuck you are. So understand, everything is built to be destroyed. Sometimes you want to know why that delay is put there. Not only is it put there for our safety so we don't get all unalived because of a decision we made, but it's also to show us who we are when we're being destroyed and brought down, because you must go all the way up to the mountain peak in your false identity to realize that it is false. Because if you every day got the feeling like, yep, I'm superior, but yeah, fuck, I'm the man in the club, yep, great, I got all the money, and you build your life up on a false identity, you're not gonna fucking realize it till you're at the peak. And something happens. Something weird happens when you build your life upon a false identity that you know you shouldn't have. You try to ignore that little voice in your head that told you not to go up the mountain, not to go over there, not to keep building with that client, not to do that. You keep that shit in the tuck because in the moment it feels good and you want instant gratification. Hey, fuck you, voice. I'm just gonna keep going. You keep climbing. It look pretty as fuck. Everything around you looks sweet. The gal them sexy, the pussy tight. The food is sweet. The drugs keep you climbing without fucking pain. Everybody around you love you. Then you get to the top of the mountain. Blood clot. You get to see and you turn your head to the right and you see the biggest mountain you ever seen, and it's more magnificent than anything you've ever seen in your eyes. Simply because you understand that that's the mountain that you should have been and you resonate with it different. And so now you look at the peak that you're on and you say, fuck. That is the spark over there. When that shit happens, it's a spark that happens within you. You get taken out of your fucking fog for 2 seconds. And this happens in so many ways. You might hear a podcast that shows you the mountain you should have been on. You might hear a girl say some shit that reminds you of that voice down there, which then clears the fog enough so you can see the new mountain that you should, or the real mountain that you should have been on. Someone dies. It psychologically fucks you up enough so the fucking fog clears and you see that you're on the wrong mountain. Something always occurs in your life to show you that you are on the wrong path, and make sure that you can distinguish that clear voice from all of the chaos around you. Something always comes for you, because that is the signal that the pendulum is coming. They gonna warn you, bro. It is like the laws of the realm don't just come whack you for no reason. No, they warn your ass before it comes. And some of y'all even get the warning and still go up the mountain as if it's supposed to. Okay, cool. So now you're digging yourself even deeper up here to get dragged a further way down. Oof, great, good for you. But the point of the matter is, everything is being built because you didn't acknowledge where you should have been. Period. So now you climb this mountain and the laws must destroy you so that you realize everything that you clung on to on this mountain. Let me show you why it's not you. I'm gonna make this shit as painful as possible. The higher you climb, the further you gonna fall down, bitch ass nigga. Ooh, we finna show you. And it's not punishment. Remember, it's just purification. You gotta get rid of that shit. Huh? And then when you climb up your mountain where you're supposed to be, a smaller level of destruction happens over there because you're gonna climb it for one reason. You're gonna keep climbing because that mountain doesn't end, bro, by the way. It's so magnificent it don't end because you're supposed to be over there and that path is for you. So you keep climbing, you keep climbing, you keep climbing, right? But then you realize, ooh, there's another side of this mountain that I would like to try, but I have to take a little further route. So essentially you're having these little mini deaths, mini ego deaths. Interests change. You're at a different point in your life. Hey, whatever it is, but you're at least on the right mountain so that the pendulum doesn't have to destroy you completely, but give you nudges, push you. Oh, you want to be over there? Okay, let me show you why. Here you go, so that you can survive. It is not at your punishment that the pendulum comes and destroys you. The pendulum comes to show you, give you the strength so that when you get to the new mountain, you can sustain yourself and hopefully not get destroyed again. So everything is built to be destroyed, but then it's destroyed to be rebirthed in the right light or in the direction that you're trying to go. And it is okay to change lanes. So if you're on a mountain that you're realizing, oh shit, I'm on the wrong mountain, and you don't know where you're going, and you need help finding who the fuck you are and how to get this structure of law in your life, hit the link in the description below. Join Objective View and grab the Unruly Blueprint, because not only are you going to find out what law is, you are going to realize that you can implement this every single day if you are ready to stop living like a man of chaos and build as a man of structure who is living in his divine masculine lawfully. And if that didn't resonate with you at all, argue with your mom, because maybe she will explain your bullshit.